Imagine you're walking along a paradise beach. The water is crystal clear, the sand white, the sun perfect. Suddenly, you feel an almost imperceptible prick on your foot, like a mosquito bite. You barely give it any importance. But in that instant, a single drop of venom, enough to fill the head of a pin, is already traveling through your blood. In less than 5 minutes, your heart will stop beating. And the most terrifying part, there is no easily available antidote. Today, you're going to meet the 10 most lethal animals on the planet. Creatures whose venom can kill a human being in a matter of seconds or just a few minutes. Get ready, because number 1 is so tiny, it could fit in the palm of your hand and could end the lives of 60 adults at the same time. Number 10. The King Cobra, Ophiophagus hanna. We're looking at the longest venomous snake in the world. It can reach 5.5 meters in length and weigh more than 12 kilos. When it raises its body in attack position, its head reaches the eye level of an adult human. It's like staring directly into a living nightmare. It lives in the dense forests of India, Southeast Asia, and parts of southern China. It prefers areas near rivers, and unlike other cobras, it hunts almost exclusively other snakes, including other venomous species. That's where its scientific name comes from, which literally means snake eater. And here comes the fact that will freeze your blood. In a single bite, the King Cobra injects up to 7 milliliters of neurotoxic venom. That amount is enough to kill 20 adults, or get this, an adult Asian elephant. Death comes from respiratory paralysis in approximately 30 minutes if there is no treatment. What's most curious is that, despite its size and power, the King Cobra is surprisingly shy. It prefers to flee rather than attack. But when it feels cornered, it emits a deep hiss, almost a growl, similar to that of a dog. It's the only snake in the world that produces that sound. But what comes next is even more lethal. Number 9. The Stonefish, Sinenseia verrucosa. At first glance, it looks exactly like its name suggests, a rock covered in algae on the seafloor. It measures about 40 centimeters, its skin is rough, greenish-brown, and it camouflages perfectly among the corals and rocks. But that harmless appearance hides the most venomous fish on the planet. It inhabits shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific, especially off the coasts of Australia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and East Africa. And here's the problem. It lives right where bathers walk barefoot. It has 13 dorsal spines connected to venom glands. When someone steps on it accidentally, those spines pierce the skin like hypodermic needles and inject an extremely potent neurotoxin. The pain is so intense that victims describe the sensation as if their bones were being hammered from the inside. Without an antidote, death can come in less than 2 hours from cardiac failure. What's most disturbing is that the stonefish can survive up to 24 hours out of water. Fishermen have found it hidden among nets piled on the dock, still capable of injecting deadly venom. Before continuing, wait until you see what number 5 does. You're going to want to never go near the sea again. Number 8, the tiger snake, Notechis scutatus. Native to southern Australia and Tasmania, this snake gets its name from the dark bands that run across its body, similar to those of a tiger. It measures between 1.2 and 2 meters. It's not the largest, but its venom places it among the most fearsome on the planet. A single bite contains a dose sufficient to kill 400 adult people. Its venom combines neurotoxins, coagulants, hemolysins, and myotoxins. In simple words, it attacks the nervous system, destroys red blood cells, makes blood clot uncontrollably, and breaks down muscles, all at the same time. Death without treatment comes between 15 minutes and 24 hours, depending on the amount of venom injected. Before the creation of the antidote, 60% of bitten people died. It lives in wetlands, swamps, and areas near water where it hunts frogs. And here's the curious fact. The tiger snake is one of the few species in the world capable of eating poisonous frogs, including the cane toad, without suffering effects. Its digestive system neutralizes the toxins that would kill almost any other predator. And if you think this is impressive, what's coming will leave you speechless. Number 7. The Black Mamba, Dendrospis polylepis. The Black Mamba isn't really black. Its skin is a brownish gray. The name comes from the inside of its mouth, completely black like ink, which it shows when it feels threatened. It's the last thing many victims see before dying. It lives in the savannas and rocky areas of sub-Saharan Africa. It measures up to 4.5 meters and is the fastest land snake in the world. It reaches speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour. That means that, in open terrain, a person at full sprint cannot escape from it. Its venom is a brutal mixture of neurotoxins and cardiotoxins. In a single bite, it injects between 100 and 400 milligrams. The lethal dose for a human is just 10 to 15 milligrams. Let's do the math. A single bite contains enough venom to kill 40 people. But what's truly terrifying is the speed of action. The first symptoms appear in 10 minutes. Respiratory paralysis comes between 30 minutes and 7 hours. Before the modern antidote, the mortality rate was practically 100%. Hence its nickname in Africa, the kiss of death. But what comes next is even more ruthless. Number 6. The Inland Taipan, Oxyuranus microlepidotus, also known as the fierce snake. This Australian creature possesses the most toxic venom of all snakes on the planet. A single bite contains approximately 110 milligrams of venom, enough to kill 100 adult people or 250,000 mice. It measures about 2 meters and lives in the arid plains of Central Australia, far from inhabited areas. Its color changes with the seasons, dark in winter to absorb heat, light in summer to reflect it. A snake that literally dresses according to the weather. Its venom is 50 times more potent than that of a cobra and 10 times more potent than that of a rattlesnake. It combines neurotoxins, hemotoxins, and myotoxins. Without treatment, death comes in less than 45 minutes. And here's the most surprising paradox. Despite being the land animal with the most lethal known venom, not a single confirmed human death by Inland Taipan has been recorded. The reason? It lives in such remote areas and is so elusive that it almost never encounters people. It's living proof that the most lethal animal on the planet isn't necessarily the most dangerous to us. So far, we've covered snakes and a fish. But the next 5 animals are so small you could hold them in one hand, and so lethal they will forever change the way you look at the sea and at nature. Number 1 is the most disturbing of them all. Number 5. The geographic cone snail, Conus geographus. This mollusk measures barely 15 centimeters. Its shell is beautiful, with brown and white patterns that look like an ancient map. Shell collectors have paid for it with their lives. It lives in coral reefs of the Indo-Pacific, from the Red Sea to Hawaii. It's nocturnal and moves slowly along the seafloor, hunting fish, an apparently impossible feat for a snail. Until you understand its weapon. The geographic cone shoots a microscopic hollow harpoon that acts like a syringe. It injects a mixture of more than 100 different toxins called conotoxins. The venom paralyzes its prey in milliseconds. For a human, a single sting contains enough venom to kill 20 adults, and there is no antidote. What's truly cruel is what's known as the glove of death. The The sting is painless, just a prick. The victim often doesn't even notice. Symptoms take between 10 minutes and several hours to appear. Numbness, blurred vision, progressive paralysis, respiratory failure. Without assisted breathing, death comes in less than 5 hours, and the victim remains conscious until the end. But what comes next is even more terrifying. Number 4. The Blue-Ringed Octopus, Hapaloclaina lunulata. It measures between 12 and 20 centimeters, just slightly bigger than a golf ball. In a calm state, its skin is yellowish-brown. But when it feels threatened, its electric blue rings glow intensely as a warning. It's the last beautiful thing many victims see in their lives. It lives in tide pools and shallow reefs of the Pacific, especially around Australia, Japan, and the Philippines. It's so shy it prefers to hide rather than attack. But if it feels cornered, it bites with a tiny beak, almost imperceptible. And here comes the horror. Its venom contains tetrodotoxin, the same neurotoxin as the pufferfish, but 1,200 times more potent than cyanide. A single blue-ringed octopus contains enough venom to kill 26 adults in a matter of minutes. There is no antidote. The bite is practically painless. Within minutes, the victim begins to feel tingling in the lips and tongue. Then comes total paralysis, arms, legs, lungs. But, and this is the most disturbing detail, the victim remains completely conscious. They can hear, see, and feel, but cannot move, speak, or breathe. If someone performs assisted breathing for several hours, the person can survive. If not, they die suffocating while awake. And if you think this is impressive, wait until you see the next one. Number 3. The Deathstalker Scorpion, Liurus quinquestriatus. Its name says it all. It measures between 8 and 11 centimeters, pale yellow color, almost translucent. It lives in the deserts of North Africa and the Middle East, from Algeria to Pakistan. It's the most dangerous scorpion in the world. Unlike many snakes, this scorpion is aggressive. It doesn't flee. If you bother it, it attacks with its stinger at a chilling speed. Its venom is a complex mixture of neurotoxins that cause extreme pain, convulsions, paralysis, pulmonary edema, and cardiac failure. For a healthy adult, the sting is usually survivable with quick medical treatment. But for children, the elderly, or people with heart problems, mortality without an antidote can exceed 75%. Death comes between 2 and 7 hours after the sting. And here comes the most impactful fact. Its venom is one of the most expensive substances on the planet. A single gram of pure Deathstalker venom sells on the scientific market for $39 million. The reason? One of its toxins, chlorotoxin, binds specifically to cancer cells and is being used to develop revolutionary cancer treatments. The most deadly creature in the desert could save millions of lives. Number 2. The golden poison frog, Philobates terribilis. It measures barely 5 centimeters, almost nothing. Its skin is a bright golden yellow, as if made of liquid gold. But that beautiful color is a warning. You're looking at the most venomous vertebrate on the planet. It lives exclusively in a very small area of the Colombian Pacific, in the Chaco jungle. And pay attention to this detail. A single adult frog contains approximately 1 milligram of batrachotoxin. That seems like little. But that microscopic amount is enough to kill 10 adults or 20,000 mice. Its poison is 15,000 times more potent than morphine, and there is no antidote. Its toxin acts by permanently opening sodium channels in nerve cells. The result: instant muscle paralysis, cardiac failure, and death in less than 10 minutes. And here's the most terrifying part. The poison is in the skin. It doesn't need to bite or sting. Just touching it with a small open wound, can be fatal. The Embera indigenous people of Chaco have used it for centuries to poison the tips of their hunting darts. They rub the tip of the dart on the back of the frog and, without killing it, obtain a weapon that maintains its lethal power for more than 2 years. A single frog can poison 50 darts, hence its common name, dart frog. What's most surprising is that in captivity, fed with common crickets, these frogs lose their poison. The toxin comes from the small beetles and ants they eat in the jungle. Without that specific diet, they are completely harmless. A chilling proof of how nature manufactures its most lethal weapons. And we've reached number 1. What you're about to discover surpasses everything before it. Number 1. The sea wasp, Chironex fleckeri. It's not a wasp, it's not a fish, it's a jellyfish. And it is, without dispute, the most venomous creature on planet Earth. Its body, in the shape of a transparent cube, measures about 30 centimeters in diameter, approximately the size of a basketball. From each of its 4 corners hang up to 15 tentacles, which can reach 3 meters in length. Each tentacle is covered with approximately 5 billion stinging cells called nematocysts. Each one is a microscopic harpoon loaded with venom. It lives in the warm waters of northern Australia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and parts of Southeast Asia. It's practically invisible in the water due to its transparency. It has no eyes in the traditional sense, but it possesses 24 primitive visual organs organized in groups of 6 in each corner. A jellyfish that, without a centralized brain, sees, avoids obstacles, and actively hunts. And here comes the fact that makes this creature the absolute nightmare of the ocean. Its venom attacks simultaneously the heart, the nervous system, and the skin cells. A single sea wasp contains enough venom to kill 60 adults. Human contact produces a pain described by survivors as the worst pain imaginable. There are people who have drowned from shock before being able to reach the shore. Others have died from cardiac arrest in less than 3 minutes after contact. And those who survive are left with permanent, whip-shaped scars, marks that look like burns from a hot iron. There is an antidote, but it must be administered within minutes to be effective. In northern Australia, during jellyfish season, beaches are closed completely. Lifeguards carry bottles of vinegar because, surprisingly, acetic acid deactivates the nematocysts that haven't yet fired. It's the only improvised defense available while the serum arrives. And the figure that impacts most since 1884, more than 70 confirmed deaths by sea wasp have been documented in Australia alone. But experts believe that the real figures in Southeast Asia exceed 40 deaths per year. Many of them children in coastal villages where medical attention never arrives. A creature without a brain, without bones, with the appearance of a plastic bag floating, that has killed more people than sharks, crocodiles, and stingrays combined. The definitive proof that the most lethal animal on the planet doesn't need to be big, fast, or intelligent. It just needs a perfect venom. Which one did you find the most terrifying of all? Do you stick with the deadly speed of the Black Mamba, the treacherous beauty of the Blue-Ringed Octopus, or the silent horror of the Sea Wasp? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the video that appears on screen now, where I show you the 10 prehistoric predators that still exist today. See you in the next one. Stay curious.